Every kippur, we say al chait. We prepare ourselves with the vidui already before even going to the Syrian Jewish. Which really all happens after have to eat sometimes, and it happens at least to know that we said vidui, confession before we start. Then after Syrian Jewish, person is careful not to eat too much. He shouldn't do it for his chavruta. Because the overeats is very sluggish. But the shul would be indoor, fear, or for the in. You don't dress properly, you have to stick. But then, to ostentatiously. Women should wear white, but what he went to at the same time, also not to wear too much really jewelry about it. Before holiday, which must be started while it's still light, the custom for a palace, to wear a palace for the time when the tefillah of the kippur. Since palace is very good, make sure to put it on before sundown, before shkia, so that you can say a bracha. The person is delayed for any reason in the palace, that the shkia, the shemushas, then you should still put on the palace, but without the bracha. It's also customary for everyone to put on a kippur, or the time you kippur tefillah. Well, the reason is that the kippur is called a beged basic. Every person is buried in a kippur. The person puts on a kippur, he reminds himself of his tachlis. When doing in this world, how long will I yet be here? Tachlis will be the garment that the person will wear much longer will be the kippur, the big guy. And that kippur is reminding it that the preparation for the real Yom Hadid in the future. Because the real judgment, the final judgment day, and this way a person's heart is more broken, more subdued. And that was a push for it upon his people is also thinking of halacha of purity. Looking at it, the timing is meant for a person to grow, he must do tshuva. Menachem Mendel Schneerson properly, looking for the shem purity. When the night of Holy Day, we start Holy Day itself while it's still light, because the opinion of being not within it. No, within that, going to court, this is only by day, not by night. Of course, this is technically not really what it's about, because we're speaking about the future regarding. Still, this doesn't sound like what it's about. Therefore, it's customary to start while there's still daylight. The Chazan is alliterated 3 times. He starts low, he goes higher each time. After they alliterate, Chazan says, Chazan and everyone say bracha shachil. But the Chazan says it very loud. Paul says it whisper, it makes it so. They must say it the whole program, finish the bracha in time, be able to say Omen for the Chazan's bracha. Finish the time does not mean to finish it together with the Chazan. Because if they do, not finish Omen, it means they have to learn their own bracha. You must finish at the time where there's enough of the hefsek between their bracha and the Chazan, and the either. Which means that you have to finish it before the Chazan gets to the word between one of them, and the other. Last 3 words, the definition we use those 3 words. Or, one of the 4 words. Then, the answer Amen and Achash's bracha, until the night of Holy Day, Kriya Shema in the morning, and it begins to say, Baruch Hashem, what you can say, loud. Throughout the entire year we say it silently. After the Zman Shema Yisrael, we say it loudly because this word is the tefillah of Malachim. All year we are afraid Malachim will harm us and jealousy. In Kippur, we are like Malachim ourselves, take on the status of Israel ourselves, and then we can say it out loud. All year they say it silently. The clown, we know there is a suffix, whether it should be said, not said, since Nisha made it not said, within Canaan, Pasha Shmei say it fine. Yaakov neither did say it. Both fellows in Yaakov. There's a suffix that we say it, but we say it silently. But when in Kippur, we say it very loud, till the very last, after the Elok, we say it three times loudly, and it shall really kill to conclude the end of which reserves to the image to Teshuva Shlema, the Aharon, Menachem Mendel Schneerson, Sibra Shel Tzadikim, which that's the will be sure to see with our eyes, see in the Menachem Mendel see with our eyes the Inas Mashiach, Amish, Yashmias, Mashiach Haru, the Syrian Jewish Teshuva. After Yom Kippur is over, the day after Yom Kippur, the day is called Shem Hashem, the name of Hashem, because when a Jew commits a sin, there is kaviyachol pigam done against the Shechina, kaviyachol, a deficiency, chas v'shalom. When the sin is erased, and the Shechina becomes complete again. The name of Hashem is complete. There is a complete yichud, because to a sin separates the Shechina from Hashem. The Hey is separated from the Vav. The person does tshuva. The word tshuva is toshuv Hey. The Hey comes back to the Vav. The Shechina comes back. So the name of Hashem is complete when there is a combination of Yud Kei Vav Kei and the Shechina Aleph Dalad Nun Yud. And that is after Yom Kippur is over, we have the perfection of the name of Hashem combined. That's why after Yom Kippur you have the Yom Tov of Sukkah. Your Sukkah is beginning up to that combination. Yud Kei Vav Kei Aleph Dalad Nun Yud. Because that's the Shem Hashem, because that day is a special day of Kedusha, and it's a minhag that day it's a minhag to get up early and go to shul and daven l'sikin. It's a special minhag of Shem Hashem and daven l'sikin to show that we do not come to Hashem only when we need Him for escape from punishment and the sins. And even when we are so-called pure already, we still come to shul and daven l'sikin properly. Shaila is, how come that this day is not Yom Kippur? How come that every single holiday in Chutzlaritz is 2 days? Pesach, Shavuos, Sukkot, Shashona is 2 days. It's 2 days in Yisrael too, but it is 2 days. Speak of the Yom, because of the fact that there was in the old days a doubt in the time, so we have an additional day. We cannot erase that fact. Our forefathers had that. So it's our custom to keep those 2 days to the extent, even where we don't put on tefillin. Even though today we have a calendar that's perfect, we have no doubt anymore, we still keep the second day of Shavuos, second to last day of Pesach, Sukkot, Chutzlaritz, while in Etzah they put on tefillin. We keep it as a Yom Tov. Because of the fact there was a minhag Aviseinu, who there was a suffix. Today when there's no suffix, we still keep that minhag going. Why isn't there another day of Yom Kippur? The same suffix. It's also a Yom Tov D'Oraisa in that Torah. Chanukah and Purim and Ramadan additional day because that's the Rabbanan. Rabbanan made exactly that day. The D'Oraisa is to be a suffix D'Oraisa the same as any other day. The answer is, one that it's given is because if we would say that because of suffix we cannot tell which day is Yom Kippur, What's the suffix? Whether yesterday's Yom Kippur or today's Yom Kippur. So we got to keep both. If you will say that we're going to keep today because the suffix today's Yom Kippur, yesterday then was the end of Yom Kippur. You had a special mitzvah of eating. You lost that mitzvah. You lost a Yom Tov, the end of Yom Kippur. You cannot keep 2 days because of Sveik of the animal, because then you would lose out on a mitzvah of eating Erev Yom Kippur. And if you will say the mitzvah of eating Erev Yom Kippur is as big as fasting, so we fasted anyhow, that's not the same. That is not the same mitzvah, because we see that a person cannot fast Erev Yom Kippur in order to get the mitzvah. A person wants to fast Erev Yom Kippur, normal Erev Yom Kippur, he couldn't fast if he wants the mitzvah of eating on Erev Yom Kippur. It's a special mitzvah, dafka of eating. Here we lose that. The real answer given by the Aharon. Others is that very simply at other Yom Tov we can make 2 days because of suffix where there's no harm. Here we make 2 days, there is a sakana. We're endangering, we're jeopardizing the lives of people who might not be able to fast for 48 hours in succession. So therefore, since we are positive, there's no Sveik of the animal, we're not in suffix anymore, in this case we do not decree an additional day because of suffix. We shouldn't have to take that risk of fasting more than is normally possible, and where it might cause damage, Chas v'Shalom, to people. That's why there's only 1 day in Yom Kippur. The second day, that Yom Kippur is called Shem Hashem, and that day begins the preparation for the holiday of Sukkot. So the person is supposed to start planning the Sukkot, to get the Daled Midim, to think about the mitzvahs of Sukkot, and to start the mitzvah of Simcha, which is referred to the true Simcha, the real Simcha of the Simcha Kolius, the Yeshua, Shleima, Uvias, Mashiach, Sukkah. Posek says, "V'Sukkah Teshuva Shivas Yomim." Sit, spend time in the Sukkah 7 days. Mitzvah of Sukkah, eating Sukkah is 7-day Yom Tov. The Gemara says that Teshuva Shivas Yomim, spend time eating, you should live there. So live in the Sukkah. The Sukkah should be your home for those 7 days. Which means that the original real mitzvah person's fulfillment properly means he should move. Literally move from his house, move into the sukkah for a full week. That's his new home for the week. Now, a person moves to a house, he tries to see that the furnishings are nice ones, proper ones, the best type. So the reason he's going to use his dishes in the sukkah, silverware, cutlery, plates, and so on. He shouldn't take the worst ones he has in his house, the kind he wants to throw away, and worthless, bring it into the sukkah because he figures that there it might, it's dirty or it might break. It's supposed to show the respect for the sukkah by bringing his best kiruv. And also, if he's going to live there, which is the proper way, which means to sleep there, the real mitzvah of sukkah is to sleep in the sukkah. And it's so, in fact, that's effective very much. And there, do not miss sleeping in the sukkah. So he's supposed to bring inside his best sheets, blankets, bed to bring into the sukkah. If the sukkah is large enough, actually. If the sukkah is not large enough, himself to sleep there, then there's a question about how big that sukkah is. How kosher it is in the first place. Maybe make it big enough to sleep in. The thing is that he should spend his time there, he should daven there, he should learn there, he should live there. And know that each time he's there, he's becoming a mitzvah of Leisha Basar. The reason for this is, like this Gemara, memory of something which is Zechel at Tzias Mitzrayim. What is that? When the Jews left Mitzrayim, they went into the Midbar, desert, Chagis Tanoim. The Sukkah says that the Sukkah is a memory of the clouds which Hashem had hovering over the Jews in the Midbar. Clouds are like a Sukkah, Schach. Memory of those clouds, money covered. Therefore we have a Sukkah. house are made, of course, for the simple reason that they protect them from the sun. Either the sun in the desert, you can imagine what it's like to spend a whole day in the desert. Good possibility, practically. Or at least it's an extreme difficulty. Hashem's chesed gave me this clouds are only covered. Effectively use the heat of the sun. Memory of that, we have this. Kiva says that the simple sukkah means memory of the actual sukkahs. They built tents in the desert. They were wanderers in the desert. They had to have tents. Whenever they had to rest, when they were to move, they moved. But when they stopped to rest, they built tents. They also used the sun at night. That's why we have a mitzvah sukkah. Now, when we say Zechel Yitzias Mitzrayim, though we left Mitzrayim, the month of Nisan, it means that we should have sukkahs the same month as Pesach. Still, the Torah did not give us the mitzvah. Hashem did not tell us to build a sukkah, to have a sukkah of Nisan in the month of Pesach, because that's the beginning of the summer. Beginning of the summer, it is customary in some people to go out of their heavy winter homes, go out and live outside. It's sunny, it's warm, it's hot. Move out of your home, go into the country air, backyard, build a tent, go to sleep. So, in that case, it would not be identifiable as a mitzvah sukkah. It would look like a normal item. People that go out to spend their time in the hot days of the summer out in the tent. Therefore, Hashem gave us this mitzvah in order. When it starts to rain, and then normally a person who is living in a tent for the summer moves back into his house. We do this, but we do just the opposite. We move out of our homes into a tent to show that this is purely for the sake of the mitzvah of Hashem. We are fulfilling Hashem's mitzvah, which is obvious by this time. That's why we have mitzvah sukkah, dafka, the exact opposite time of the time Yitzias Mitzrayim. Therefore, too, it is mitzvah to keep the sukkah with the greatest cover. Mitzvah should be respected, not disgraced. They should not bring inside anything that is useless, waste matter. Keep all waste matter out of the sukkah. In fact, the big pots that come up, they have a large group of crowd eating that. The big restaurant pots should not be brought inside. They want to respect the light. They're kept in the kitchen, hidden away from people who eat. And they should not do anything in the sukkah that is disrespectful to the sukkah itself. Nothing at all disrespectful. The sukkah should be kept with the greatest respect. You have a number of people eating in the sukkah, too. You have to be careful that the bracha should not become intermixed, confused. Listen, because we have one saying Kiddush at the same time, we don't see it here, but we don't see this big separately. I think we want to do Kiddush in the family, something like we separate like this, the place where we have big sukkahs, community sukkah, and it's difficult to catch the bracha proper. It is best if possible to speak Kiddush one after the other, not simultaneously. To do this, we listen very carefully to the mitzvah on it's eventually only properly. That's the Ikon Sukkah. Again, we just want to stress that Sukkah means to live in the Sukkah. That's why the Rama says, some of the Acharonim try to explain away this point painfully. This of living in the Sukkah means to sleep in the Sukkah. Sleep in the Sukkah. The proof is that sleep is more important than anything else. The fact that you are allowed to eat outside of the Sukkah, something which is not an official meal, it's temporary. Food, small items. It's a candy, ice cream. This will be outside of the sukkah. It is forbidden to sleep outside of the sukkah, even a short nap. Even a short nap too. So you see that sleep is more important than mitzvah than eating. There's more particular care paid to sleeping in the sukkah than eating. The reason that we do not sleep in the sukkah today, and I must say because of the fact that it's a number of reasons that it's difficult today, it's cold, person that he's not comfortable there, he gets limited there, and so forth. Excuses made for it. That's why the custom today is most people sleep at home. But a person could naturally remain considered to reserve it to a sukkah that is complete, sukkah like the home, to live in. That's why the Arizal refers to do things, Yerushalmi. It's more conducive to living in the sukkah. Sukkah should know better than one's here. But there's sort of a home-like atmosphere, not a yard, not a home. Though you value should revving up the position, the country itself, feels it's some suffering. The country itself provides, the city itself, religious to a degree, but to a degree. The city itself, to an extent, provides schach for those who need it. The city itself provides cleanup there for the sukkah, to remove the schach, and so forth. You see that the city is oriented to the mitzvah of sukkah thoroughly. You're living in a city where everyone knows about the mitzvah and feels the mitzvah and tries to live up to it. Again, that's another one of the reasons why a person should move to Arizal, even for that mitzvah only, that sukkah was equivalent to all Tayag mitzvahs. For one reason, the person himself is composed out, divided by 613 parts, 248 million, 865 Shulchan even many of the mitzvahs. This whole person goes into a sukkah full time. See, the mitzvah of sukkah, the one mitzvah that is done, entire 613 parts of a person. Therefore, this is the real mitzvah on doing it. It's equivalent to all the tigers in the Torah. It should be taken special care of. It's the only mitzvah that has this particular asset to it. The person does the mitzvah, the full mitzvah, at the outside of the sukkah. Once mentioned, of course, actually, so mikveh also is. Mikveh is not the mitzvah of the as such. There's certainly cases in the Torah where the mikveh we don't have today. It's women, as far as it is concerned, you don't need today a mikveh and the Arizal. There we have the one mitzvah that is supposed to be particular about all Aharon, all Gido, secrets. Foolish to go inside the center to be in the sukkah. That's why you should reserve it to do that mitzvah. In Yerushalmi, there's a Shemina to start in Arizal, should do it yet. Should yet fulfill that mitzvah this year. This sukkah, there's still time for us. Yet that it's comes with the Shulchan, special transportation, take us to Arizal, we'll contain the mitzvah, to see the Aharon, the Mashiach, we're going to the Beis Mikdash, we should read the Karbonis, Chag, Sukkos, take off your tefillin and we'll start. It is that when you eat the sukkah, you make a bracha leisha b'sukkah. Then says, note that the bracha is not le'achel b'sukkah, but leisha b'sukkah, which means that not just the eating, but even the spending time alone in the sukkah itself is a mitzvah. Therefore, if a person ate in the sukkah and he ate there, he overlooked the fact that he has to make a bracha. He ate the meal. At the end of the meal, when he finished benching, he reminded himself, middle of the meal, at the end of the meal, he reminded himself that he didn't make the bracha leisha b'sukkah. So he could still make the bracha, even though he does not intend to eat anymore. Just sitting there alone after the meal is over also warrants the bracha, because it is a mitzvah leisha b'sukkah. Spend time in the sukkah hakdesha, the sukkah which stands for Bina, Ima Mesakha Al Benin, Bina which is the Vuwatz and Sheda, Bnei Yisrael. The Kiyah Hashmidas is called. After the Kiyah over the 7 Svidas, the Sukkah is just resting in the Sukkah itself is a major mitzvah. Therefore, the person goes from his own Sukkah after he finishes eating. He goes to visit his friend, just a friendly visit, to sit there, he has to make another bracha. In this case, though, the other sukkah, he has to eat at least a kazayas, a shear, each high of a sukkah. Because the mitzvah of sitting in the sukkah, he already was yetzer by saying the bracha first time. So if you, for example, make kiddush in the sukkah, Ezras Hashem tonight, make kiddush in the sukkah, with the chava, the sun is going to shine tonight, with Hashem. Make kiddush in the sukkah and say Leisha Sukkah. Of course, kiddush in the sukkah you have to eat. You have to make it a sukkah. Then you go home there to eat a regular sukkah. You make the mitzvah, you make the bracha Leisha Sukkah again. Make the way should be zechet, the kayiv mitzvah sukkah, the shleimus, the tachas hashleimus, and the zechet, koloi, leisha, b'sek kosoi, shel Nosson. Shabbat Kodesh says that Nosson means followed. Taish of Nosson, Voya means to connect. Hakani Lover. The connection between the Guf and the Neshama, in reality, both become the same. Time of Chiyas HaMesim. Nosson and Dogim, Tzadikim and Shalom of Dogim. Nosson is a dog Godel Shevayon, which means that Tzadik Emes, Suda and Tzadik Emes. We will have the Suda. You have to see that. Now, see the Guru Stein and Hale. Hilchai Sukkah, Hilchai Talmud. Making the bracha on the Talmud Minan, all over the essay, said there's a big shaila about which one you're supposed to take first. Some say, many say that you're supposed to take the essay first. Shabbat Kodesh, very positively, you must take the essay first, because the essay is the big one. The essay is the Halacha first. And therefore, Shabbat Kodesh says that when you put it down, you're supposed to put down a lulav first. Whichever one you take first, you put down last. It says that to hand it from one person to the other is an impossibility, logically. Because if you're supposed to put down a lulav first, and you give the lulav to somebody else first, he's taking the lulav first, but he's supposed to take the essig first. If you give him the essig first, he's doing it right, but you're doing it wrong. Therefore, it's impossible to hand the lulav and essig to somebody else. The same holds true with our minute. Minute is according to minute skin, only follow that the lulav is taken first. You take the lulav first in the right hand, and then the essig in the left hand. You put it down, you put down the essig first, and the lulav second. So when you're going to give it to somebody, they have to take the lulav first. If they take the lulav away from you first, you have a problem. Because you're supposed to put down the essig before you put down the lulav. Same as the shalyad and the shalai too. It's like they run the shalyad first, then the shalai. When you take them off, you take off the shalai first, then the shalyad. So therefore, the best thing is to put it down first before you let the other person take it. Put down the esrog first, then the lulav. Let the second person take the lulav and then the esrog. This is also speaking about giving it to a second person. It needs to be.
First thing, which is Medelaisa, was Kachtem Lochem, she mentioned many times. The person cannot be Yetzei with somebody else's lulav and esrog on the first day. Kachtem Lochem, the lulav and esrog must be your own on the first day of Sukkot. You must own it. Lulav and esrog that are borrowed, not Yetzei. But on the second day, on, the person may borrow lulav and esrog, Yetzei with it, because then it's then it's permissible. What does a person do on the first day? First day, if he doesn't have a little esrog, by some accident, wasn't able to get one in time. Misfortune couldn't acquire if somebody else misfortune has one. He wants the mitzvah, he has to own one. So, and the only way to do it by first giving him a gift, a complete gift. A gift where it becomes the property of the second one, but on condition, of course, that you return it. In fact, him also as a gift. If the first one was Yitzhak already, he mentioned a little essay. He has nobody else in his house he has to be made to either to give it to. Then it doesn't matter if the second party does not return it to him as a gift. Then the second becomes the property of the second party. And the first one now has a borrow of Hulu, and that's right, but from the second day on, he's yes with it, so there is no problem. This is the din again only for the first day. The second day on, the person use one and it's a problem. You should be zealous to know his mitzvah, which is shuffle to make it go up and pull up. Do it with simcha, open it down. It's supposed to be a gift setting right up.
Today is Sukkot. Today is the fourth day of Sukkot. Yom Yidula, Arizal, day which is outstanding, which we zecha this day to mala ourselves and they come to scatter more to the Arizal. The Chadish Kefesenu, the Nual Kefes, closer to the great light. That stands for the Sukkah. It is also the China of Bina. The Sukkah is also called Bina, and it's Sakha al-Banim. It's like the mother hovers over his children, covered. Yaakov, that's how the Sukkah, when he got covered, hovered over the Bnei Yisrael. So the Sukkah, the Schach, the Soda, who is Shesakha B'Ruch HaKedesh, Ruah, all that is included in the Sukkah, which we observed on this day of Sukkah to become that much more than Allah. It is that the bracha of Leshem HaSukkah is said only when a person eats a pilas keva. He eats a regular meal. It means when he washes, and the thing is that we say the bracha Leshem HaSukkah right after HaMetzim is not considered a hefsek between Bekas HaMetzim and the eating of the bread, because this is considered part of the bracha, part of the mitzvah. And they have to get over it. It's one and the same. The only question is that it's besides the mitzvah, when else is it said? Besides the mitzvah or kiddush. Now, a person does a lot of things in the sukkah. The bracha for a mitzvah covers the eating in the sukkah. If following that he sits there, he talks, or he learns, or he sleeps, anything he does is covered by that bracha of Leshem HaSukkah. If he left the sukkah, he went to work, went to business, went to shul, then when he comes back for the next sukkah, he has to make a new bracha, Leshem HaSukkah. But if he did not go out of the sukkah for that, he stayed in the sukkah, he learned, he ate breakfast, and then he learned all morning. It came time to eat lunch, and he eats again, he's making a mixing with the regular Suda, but there is no need to make a new Leshem HaSukkah. If he stays there for the whole day, one bracha in the morning covers everything he does during that day. He stays there all week. Mamish does not leave the sukkah at all. And it's the first bracha he makes Leshem HaSukkah, and that's the last one. It covers everything. Then he goes out of his sukkah for business, for keva, makes a new bracha. He goes out with Tziyas Aloi, just for a few moments, but if he does, to come right back, then there's no necessity to make a new bracha, even if it is a new meal. Only when he goes out, meaning even from the sukkah to his house, right next door. The intention of staying there for a long period of time, or is considered a real big hefsek, then he has to make a bracha. If a person is eating in his sukkah, and in the middle of his meal, his horse will go out, the court noticed Kimi had to go to the sukkah of his friend, his Chavas sukkah. Whether his friend's sukkah is next door, or whether it's a few blocks away, another city, no matter what it is, even though in the middle of the meal he came there, and while at his friend's sukkah, he decided his friend was machabed him, he offered him something to eat, kazayas. So on that kazayas that he eats, his friend's sukkah, he has to make a new bracha Leshem HaSukkah. Of course, there is a new union on Leshem HaSukkah in a new sukkah. This is the Halacha, the Imam, the place of Lezer in the Talmud Bavly. Whether, when the Lezer, he says there's not shayach a person should make a new bracha b'chlal. Halacha is that if you do make a new bracha when there is a new sukkah, either in the same Suda, or whether it is the same sukkah but after a Yitzias Kera. Which is zecher to Malay Mitzvah of Sukkah the Emes, to be true one of Atem Amokim, all children of Hashem, Kabbalah, protection, earlier in the Yerushalmi, the Skari is stronger and stronger, Keshen Amitz Rachot. If I Sukkah, the halacha which is so important that it's worth stressing and repeating each time you come to it. Shaila is brought about the halacha of putting on tefillin on Chol Hamoed. The Mechaber and the Shulchan Aruch, the Yosef says that wherever an item is an ice, the whole basis for it is that a Jew must always have two witnesses to testify that he is a Jew. Without these two witnesses, it is nothing. There must be these two Eidim every single day. So one, of course, is the Bris Kodesh, that's one always. You need one more every day. And Shabbos itself is called an Ois. Ois, heap, and Yevanechet. Shabbos is called an Ois. Yom Tov is called an Ois. Pesach, the symbol, the Ois, is the Matzah. And Sukkot, the symbol is the Sukkah. Each Yom Tov you have its own Ois. Each one is called an Ois. Now, during the week, you still must have a second witness, and that second Ois is Tefillin. Tefillin is called an Ois, you have the second witness. That covers the year, except for the Shaila about Chol Hamoed. On Chol Hamoed, what is the halacha? If Chol Hamoed is an Ois, you cannot use tefillin. If Chol Hamoed is not an Ois, then you need another Ois, which is tefillin. The Mechaber says that Chol Hamoed is considered an Ois, because Chol Hamoed is a Yom Tov. Chol Hamoed, Hamay Adois, the Mishnah says you got to wear clothes as good as Yom Tov at least. There's a stronger Hakpoda on Chol Hamoed than there is on Yom Tov. Be careful to regard it as a Yom Tov. So Chol Hamoed is enough of a Yom Tov to be considered an Ois. Therefore, it is osur to put on tefillin on Chol Hamoed. The Mechaber says there's a shell in the Mechaber because in one place the Mechaber brings B'Shem HaRambam his words about writing tefillin on Chol HaMoed, it would seem that the Rambam holds that you should put on tefillin on Chol HaMoed. In a different place, the Beis writes there, that same place, that the Shulchan does not have to put on tefillin on Chol HaMoed. It's more mistaber, the Rambam holds you should not put on tefillin on Chol HaMoed. The Arizal paskins definitely that it is also to put on tefillin on Chol HaMoed. And most of the other paskins go according to the Shita of the Rosh, who says that you should put on tefillin on Chol HaMoed, but since there is a machlekes, there's a shaila, therefore they say put on tefillin without saying a bracha, or put on tefillin and say the bracha silently, or different types of ruses to show a difference between Chol HaMoed and a regular day of putting on tefillin. In any event, it's strange that most of the Achronim were apparently Ashkenaz, and they followed the Amor in this respect to require the putting on tefillin on Chol HaMoed. However, what is very vital to know that what the real Lamaisa should be. Lamaisa, if you have a machlekes, you pick one, because you have in whom to rely. But when it comes to a sakana, hamida sakana to the Yisura, danger is more strict than Isa. The Zohar Kodesh says that tefillin is called Kisrei de Malka, the crown of Hashem. The crown of Hashem is Yentov, Shabbos and Yentov. How is tefillin the crown of Hashem? It is the chesam, it's the stamp, copy of this crown of Hashem. So naturally you cannot compare the copy of the crown of Hashem to the original. And that is why the Zohar Kodesh says that Chol HaMoed is like Yom Tov. Chol HaMoed is also Kisrei de Malka. It is the original crown of Hashem. When a servant has the copy of the crown of the king, when he's given the original, would be an insult to the king if he keeps the copy instead of taking the original, instead of displaying it. So therefore, Zohar Kodesh says this is considered a Moed de Malchus. There's a death penalty for one who rebels against the king. A person on Chol HaMoed, when he has the original crown of Hashem, the end of itself, he puts on tefillin, he is a Moed de Malchus, and he is Chayav Misa. So we have here not a din, just a din. We have here an actual statement from the Zohar Kodesh that any person who puts on tefillin on Chol HaMoed is Chayav Misa. It's Chayav Misa b'dei Shemayim, where they're not required to wait. Hashem sees. Arizal says that this Isser Chayav Misa is an actual one. The Isser putting on tefillin on Chol HaMoed is a very, very strict one. The question of how come that others do not accept this? Arizal says very simple. That it is absolute. The Munah Shlema, he says, that the others, the Kadmonim, the Yishanim were not zeichet to see the Zohar Kodesh. If the Rosh would have seen the Zohar Kodesh, he surely would have written also that it is also to put on tefillin on Chol HaMoed. Therefore, it is not because of suffix that they put on tefillin, but because that it shouldn't be put on, because of Vadai, not because of Machlekes and Salah, because of Vadai, 100% positive and certain, according to the Zohar HaKodesh, that it is not necessary, but it is absolutely Osur B'Hechlet, definitely Osur B'Hechlet, not to put on tefillin on Chol HaMoed. Ashrei to those who have Emunah in the words of Rabbi Shimon ben Yechoyzal. Yes, this is the statement. Zohar Kodesh Arizal Amidim will make certain statements. In this case, this is a question that was posed to Rabbi Arizal by his son, Rosenfeld. Direct question about Chalamayid, putting on tefillin. It's wonderful if you have a Rebbe you can turn to and who you get a very clear answer from. Shulchan Aruch did not hesitate for a second. He came out very strongly. Shulchan Aruch, as far as the Gemara is concerned, all of Shas, we find that Shulchan Aruch was accepted as the outstanding Tana. You don't find any other Tana where you have a Hilula like his. Shulchan Aruch is the one who was Mekadev the Geula, his chus. The Gemara says, tell you will not be forgotten. The light of the Zohar. So that these light will light up the darkness of the Golus, will bring the Geula. Ultimately, Ashrenu, that we were zecher to the light of the Zohar Kodesh. Ashrei to those who follow the words of the Zohar Kodesh. And therefore, surely, there's no suffix in our minds that not only we're doing right, but also we are saved from this sakuna. It is a pity that this is not known, spread throughout, or if it is known, it's a pity that it's not believed in, accepted by Amunah. As Poshet Chisor and Amunah, we should be zecher that the light of the Torah, the light of the Zohar Kodesh, the Arizal, the Baal Shem Tov, Arizal, all the tzadikim, Chassidim, and Itiyim, was zecher to follow the words of the Zohar Kodesh. Their light should spread over the entire world to Molo Ha'oretz Deya Es Hashem. The whole world should be filled with Das Es Hashem. The Zohar Kodesh says, what is Es Hashem? Es means the tzadikim. Es for the Abbas, to be the Chachamim. Tzadikim and Itiyim, they should be a Das, to know what tzadik means, to believe in the tzadikim. Believe in the tzaddik emes, the whole world will be filled with this das. All should go the oidoi to the light of the tzaddik emes, follow his words. And that's a chus, the way the shuli mereish amuna. That's a chus shuli, and that's a chus of the munah tzaddikim. The Shia, the Kena will come. The light of the Beis Hamikdash will shine forth. We'll see the Gula Shlein of Hedo Amen. Amen. Your face, Sukkah. Every day we go on Tafais with the Dalad Mina. We say the Hashanis. We go around once. This is a memory of the fact that at the time of the Beis Hamikdash, for Makif, they walked around in this Be'ach. Every day they walked around once. We do that in memory of that. The seventh day they walked around 7 times. So we do it now also. We should be zecher to walk around in this Be'ach and say the same words they said. Coming year with Hashem should be around in this Be'ach, in the Beis Hamikdash. The order of the Akafos, interesting note, some people don't understand. The fact that Akafos says always, whenever you make a turn, always go to the right. Always go to the right. So sometimes it's difficult to understand how are we going to the right here. It seems that we're walking around, the first turn you make is to the left. You're making this hakafa. Where's your right? The answer is that this all goes back. It stems from a very strict din that's brought in Shulchan Aruch, and that later Aharon made it, strengthened it by placing a chedem on the side. But the difference between the religious shul, religious according to din Torah, without using the word orthodox, we say, and a shul that follows a din, Halacha, and a shul that is neged hadin, it's their type, R Nosson, is that the bima is the religious shul. The bima is in the center of the shul. Their temples, their basic pieces, they have the bima at the front, right by the Yorim Kodesh. There they have the chazan who faces the other. One was found that pieces they take them from the goyim. So they have what they laid in the front by the Yorim Kodesh. And this, the the Achrinim placed some sefer, especially some people try to find a heter in that case of Mishnah who says that it depends upon the size of the shul. If the shul is very large, so you have to have a shulchan in the middle, everyone should be equidistant from it. The way they were around the Mishkan, around the Yehel Mayed, on the Luchais, the Yom Kedishteh. But if it's a small shul, you can have it in the front. However, the most Acharim are opposed to this very strictly, and therefore they say that the kosher shul must be dafka in the middle. So if it's a wide shul in the middle, like here, it comes out to there's no big problem. It's right close to the other Kodesh anyhow. But if you have a long shul, a very long one, the way most big shuls are, Moshe and Uman, this is our shul there, it's a very long shul. The bima comes out in the middle of the shul, that means that half of the people, at least, besides the Gedolim, the Zikanim sit in the front of the Mizrach, facing the people, so more than half of the people are in front of the bima, not behind it. Like over here, everyone's just behind the bima, kamat. But the long shuls, most people are in front of the bima. Now, before you start the hakafa, the Sefer Torah is taken out and it's placed on the bima by the Shulchan. So everyone faces the Sefer Torah. If you're facing the Sefer Torah, you turn right. This is the way to go. Which means your right then would be Sofan, north. When you face the other Kodesh, your right is south. You're standing by in the front of the shul, facing the Sefer Torah, your right is Sofan, therefore your first move is to the right, which is north, and you continue around the Yaakov. It's a very important enlightenment. I know that people go for a long time with this question of mind. I think it is that we should do it right properly. We should do it in the Mikdash. In the Shana Rabbah, we 7 times around, 7 akafais, but this we conclude, this is the major mitzvah of the akafais. The rest of sukkahs, it's a lighter vein. I think it is a Shana Rabbah because this is the chitum, finalization of the Yimei HaDin. Of course, we will finally be doing chavruta to strike the Hashanas on the ground, the Bachim Day, and thereby to destroy at least the Mamtik, the kiruv, the dinim, to bring out the Chassidut, all types, the rain and parnasa and so on. Also on Hashanah Rabbah, as our meaning that we eat in the sukkah today, fleishiks, because it is a yentef. We said the tefillah was a yentef tefillah. We even said the keser, the long kedusha, long keser, like a regular yentef musaf. So we only eat a fleishik meal now, celebrate it as a yentef. So this is the closing day of the Chag HaSukkos. Baruch Hashem Yezecha, to complete once more. Chag HaSukkos Kedin, Baruch Hashem covered the eating in the sukkah for the shiva or shpizin. Every day, Baruch Hashem, there was eat the sukkah. Every day, wherever Baruch Hashem to do the mitzvah, the inanuim, the kalaminim, which Yezecha to, in Bali, Takidenu, to all the mitzvahs that we're supposed to. The exclusive mitzvahs, the Lord is Hashem, because we have to get the Lord of Syrian, the Kolev, the sea, the Ininu, yes, Mashiach Kenan, it's really a place Yentov or post Yentov. What comes after Yentov? The meaning is that the day after Yentov, day after Shalosh Golem, which means in this case the day after Simchas Torah, is also considered a partial Yentov. It's called Isru Chag. Isru means either to Ugur of, or the finding of the Chag, the Yentov we now have tied to us, or the removal, which means the changeover, the switch over from the Yentov to back to regular day. But because the switch should not be too radical a change, so we consider it sort of a small Yentov. Therefore, it is a mitzvah to add something to your meal today. So semi-Yentov on this Chag, not Not the volume, of course. Not volume, because many have filled themselves up till the next Yom Tov. Still, for the sake of the mitzvah, for the sake of Ruchnius rather than Gashmius, so today it's a partial Yom Tov. This is one item, though. Besides eating, of course, it's considered a little Yom Tov. Even those who say Tachlis, so the Shchodesh, this Chag, they don't. Nobody says Tachlis today. Another din, Halacha, which is a din, brought in Shulchan Aruch. Yet, it's something that very few fulfill. That's brought from the story of Iyai. The beginning of Iyai tells us that he used to make special parties, feast for his son, daughter, family, and then he would bring kabbanis. What would he kabbanis for? Kabbanis for covenant to ask forgiveness in case after these sudas, these feasts, in this case, they might have done too much, might have done wrong. This kabbanis should be offered sacrifice. Forgive, but in this behavior, while we should take the consequences, nobody takes it. Just behave, Yaakov.